ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਦੇਣ ਆਏ ਹੋ ਇੱਥੇ।
Okay,
ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ ਐਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਵਾਧੂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ,
okay,
ਬਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣ ਆਏ ਹੋ।
okay, okay. Well, gentlemen and ladies, your question is very fine. I'm happy to know that you want to know only one essence of my message, what you wish to know from me. I put it in a very technical and scientific way. You know, you see this universe is known as Brahmand. If you have heard, this universe is known as Brahmand, in which there is this earth, then sea, then winds, then light, and then something else. That is the sky. Five elements. There are 5 elements in this entire universe. This entire universe is controlled by some power that we have to believe. This earth is moving. The sun is also moving against another sun. This is known. This is the research of the scientists. And this entire universe, this is a replica of the entire universe. This body.
It's a mirror image. What is inside is a mirror image of the universe.
This body also contains earth, then water, then light, then wind, and then sky. You understand me? Mm-hmm. We, as human beings, or all beings, whatever is there visible in this world, whatever is visible, that all is contained in the womb of this universe. Is it so? So we as human beings, we are a small part of this universe. As the entire universe is controlled by some invisible power, which is known as God, known as Allah, known as Vaheguru, known as Ishwar. People have named it, given some names. Every religious people, they have given new name to that power, but they have not seen it. Isn't it? Nobody has seen the God so far. That is an energy. That is an ocean of energy which cannot be seen. It can be felt. As here is this bulb. Here is this bulb. There is current in it, but switch is not on. Switch is not on. When you switch it on, then there will be light. Okay? Similarly, there in our body, there is some energy controlling the entire body, controlling our entire body. You don't have control upon your digestive system. Is it so? Mm-hmm. Do you do something to digest your things, whatever you eat? You don't have the control upon your digestive system. You don't have the control upon this feeling of nerve.
Heartbeat.
Pulse.
Heartbeat is going on.
Do you have any control on the pulse? No. You don't have any control upon your heart. You don't have. Is it so? Then we don't have even any control on our inhaling and exhaling. We inhale and we exhale. Do you agree? We don't have any control on our physical body. Whatever is happening within our body, we don't know. Is it so? We are controlled only by our mind. Whatever we see, whatever we listen, whatever we smell, whatever we eat and have the taste, and whatever we touch, we come to know what it is, what is the taste of the food, what is the beauty in the nature or in the human beings. Isn't it so? So what we see, that is not in our control. I put it in other words. Something happens to your feet. You have some trouble with your feet, you will go to the doctor. Doctor, I have some fracture in my feet. In my feet. You would say in my feet. The feet, that means you are different. Feet is different. And if you have some trouble in your stomach, you will again rush to the doctor. Doctor, I don't know what has happened inside my stomach. There is some, pain, unbearable pain in my stomach. You will say, my stomach. You don't say stomach. You are not the stomach. You are catching me?
You're different. Your
Are
stomach
you
and
catching
you
me?
are different.
Please
Yeah,
try to understand what I say. And if something wrong with your eye, you will go to the eye doctor. And you will say, doctor, there's something bad in my eye. Please see it. I'm feeling very much
Uncomfortable.
unhappy. I'm having a pain. So these are one thing I have proved that you are not the body. Your feet is something different, you are different. Your stomach is something different, and you are something different. Your eye is something different, and there is something else beyond this eye. Okay? Now, next thing. You are sitting here, you are sitting some topic, you are sitting, just sit. You will say, no, my mind don't accept it, what you say. I am not convinced with your argument. My mind is not convinced, isn't so? You'll say, I'm not convinced by your argument, my mind. That means you are different from your,
Mind.
is it so? Mind. You are not the mind.
You're referring to two different
And
things.
sometimes next you are sitting somewhere in a very, very controversial some situation. You are asked to give arguments. You will give your argument. Santokh Singh will give his argument. Somebody will, and you will say, "Oh, my soul doesn't accept it." My soul. People say soul. What is soul? You know what is soul? Your light current in your body. That is soul. Light current. Our soul is nothing but light current. Our mind is nothing. Mind is that which whatever he see, he feels. My mind is looking. You eat something, you give credit to your mind. My mind doesn't like this. I don't have the taste. Okay. Similarly, I try to prove that you are not the body. Is it so? I proved it. You are not the mind. You have control on your body, but there is something else beyond your body, beyond your mind, and beyond your soul. That you are. That is known as consciousness. Do you know that unconscious man can speak? Unconscious man, if somebody has gone unconscious, do you know that he can speak?
महाराज जी दो मिनट दो एक मिनट में बोलना so what he's saying is an unconscious person does not speak but he's still alive, right? So the energy that keeps him alive is the energy which is we call the soul. The soul is still there, but that he's not conscious, right? And the mind is composed of what we see here. You know, if you have not seen him, he is not in your mind. The mind does not know him. So whatever the cumulative experiences form the mind. So if you've not seen something, the mind does not know, right?
The five senses, the perception, which you get perception.
Yes, so
now have.
yeah. The cumulative whole of your own experiences forms the data of your mind, and that is the mind. So physical body is different, mind is different, that energy that keeps you alive is different, but you are not those three, you are something else. This is what he's saying.
Okay. Now, that what he has explained to you, I think you have got it, not from me, he has given you the explanation. Now that consciousness, that is known as Surat. Consciousness, Chetana. Consciousness, you know. Man is conscious. You can talk to him. He can talk to you. He can see you. He can speak to you. He can listen to you. He can eat anything. He can move his hand. But an unconscious man cannot do anything. That consciousness is the part of that supreme being. What I want to convey to you. That consciousness, that I don't have any other word to say. That consciousness, you understand that I'm conscious and I'm speaking. If I become unconscious, I will not move. I can't move. I can't speak. I can't see. I can't listen. Isn't so? You understand this thing? This point is clear? So that consciousness, as per the research of the saints, Indian saints and rishis and all those religious people, that consciousness is the smallest part of that supreme being known as God. Okay? That means that consciousness is in every person. In you, me, you, that part of consciousness. There is no difference in that consciousness. And that consciousness has no religion. That consciousness has no state, no country. It is a part of that. So saints came, they tell us they don't fight in the name of any religion. Don't fight in the name of God, Allah, Vaheguru, or Jesus Christ, or Ram, or Krishna, or any name you give to him. Why to fight? We are the sons of daughters of one Almighty God. This is my message to you. And try to, instead of going outside to worship anything, it is our duty to see who am I. Who am I? I am not the body. It is only a constitution of 5 elements, okay? I am not the mind. You have not seen me so far. You can't think what type of man I am. You have seen just now, you will talk, yes, I've seen that man, he had come from India. And I met him at the place of, isn't so? Whatever you see, that is received by your mind. Whatever is not seen by your eyes, it will never come into your mind. So mind changes from place to place. Mind is always in a changing position. It's a lover of variety. Mind is a lover of variety. Okay? So we can't believe our mind. Third thing is our soul. Soul is a part of the soul is a light, a burning light, say, a candle, just like candle. It is just like a candle. Yes.
मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ.
Yes.
Energy.
So what Maharaj is saying, so the physical body is constantly changing, right? With every moment to moment, we are not the same people as we were when we were young, when we grown up. So it is in a constant state of change and motion. Next, the mind is also like that. So what our mind was when we were young is different to what we were when we were teenagers, and so on. So it also is in a state of motion, right? So these two things are different. They always keep changing. You can't rely on that. But what the energy and the consciousness, that is the same in everyone. Is that true? The energy and the
Consciousness.
is the same in everyone.
Yes. So that is light. When you go within, you will see an ocean of light within you, and there you get the knowledge, the gyan of your own self. Who am I? Who are you? And from that, there's another stage here. There is a sound. When we go, and this body is containing six centers. This body. Now, this is right from the rectum to this skin, this center. And from this center, there are 6 centers of our mind. Yeah, 6 centers of mind. You have to travel that. It is inward practice to realize yourself. It is not written in words. It can't be studied in the books, any books. This can be achieved and learnt in the presence of a realized soul, a realized man. He will tell you what to do, how to sit, what to repeat, what to say, what to see, and what to realize within. And there are 6 centers here from here to this here. There is a palpitation here. It is palpitation. There is something. You put a hand on your small child, you will feel something, some movement is there. This movement is continuously there. There is one shabd, there is one sound. We have to reach that sound. And there we realize what is the sound and what is the light. That object which views the light and listens to the sound, that you are. You have no form. This form is only of 5 elements. That element which observes the light and listens to the sound within here, that you are. This is what the message of saints. When we reach there, then there is no birth and death. This avagaman, this transmigration that comes to an end, we reach into his lap. This is the message that I have brought to them. So that we don't fight in the name of religion. So that we don't fight in the name of these religions and countries and all that. We have to become human beings. Primarily, we are human beings. And this climate, they give us face. This is the climate that made our body. You see, here the climate is very cold, and you people are very, not different from my face, and different from the north side. North, west is quite white, attractive. But in our side, there's black people, there are fair people, there are people like my Santokh Singh, there are people like me, there are different people, okay? So we have to become first human beings. Until and unless we don't become human beings, pure human beings, we can't go there. So it is said that spiritualism is only for those people who become first human beings, insaniyat, human beings. First we are human being. There is no difference in your body and my body. You are also constituted by 5 elements, I am also constituted by. You have also mind, I have also mind. You have also 5 gyan, eyes, mouth, ears, nose, isn't so? I too have. You are the same as I am same. Similarly, that element about which I am talking, that is also same in you and you and you and you and you and you. There is no difference. It is the difference of bodies. And that depends upon the parents. They have given birth to us, and about the climate of the country. That is what my message to you is. So self-realization is our mission. Who am I? Who am I? Why have come to in this world? And where I am to go after my death? That is the point which I wanted to tell you. So far we are in body, we have to do our duty which is given to us by the nature. Nature has allotted us work. So we have to do that. Do it sincerely, and always have your target,
one
your
idea.
target of life, of self-realization.
मैं बोलना चाहता
Yes,
हूँ.
बोलिए.
So, because I've been listening to him, so I'm going to try and give the gist of what I've understood. So, when we live and when to the point of our dying, everybody's state is different. You know, some minds will have still maybe loneliness that they weren't able to get love. Some minds will have a thirst for wealth that they weren't able to collect the amount of wealth that they wanted to, or they were poor, right? So they will die with the desire of earning wealth. Some people will have another, maybe properties or whatever, relationships, love, whatever it is. If there is an unfinished desire in the mind is incomplete. The mind is not zero. The mind is not satisfied. So according to the philosophy of the saints, such minds will will guide your soul or whatever consciousness into another body to fulfill that what was lacking, right? So the purpose of this birth is to at least go beyond the mind, where the mind is satisfied, so that you can have a different kind of a birth, in another realm where there is happiness. Yeah, so the soul, there is happiness and bliss. In the consciousness, there is peace, unbreakable peace. So there are levels of that, like you were saying, the physical body. We are all aware. If you close our eyes, you're aware of your where the when we open our bowels, we are aware of that center, aren't we? So we are aware of our belly, we are aware of our heart, we are aware of the throat, we are aware of where we think from. These correspond to 6 centers where the physical body can be made better, and these are the yogis have knowledge on how to um, have a good body. And so, how to have a good mind? You have to go to somebody who has realized this is the mind, right? And then there is a journey to the consciousness.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Why do you need to go to different realm to become happy? You here now, you need to sort that stuff out yourself. You don't have to go to anyone. You actually need to look within in yourself to become a better
So
person.
you're still within yourself, but at the moment you're here.
But you said you have to go to different realm. Why?
No.
We're here. We can do it now.
So when you die,
But you never die. The soul never dies.
yes, but
Its avatar will die.
do you have that realization?
Yes, I have that realization.
Okay, then there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing
Thank
to worry
you.
about. So the one is intellectual realization.
And one of us is within you.
One is
So-
that you have actually, seen something, and because you're there. Sorry.
Yes, we are just we are just spending our life at the level of mind and intellect.
Yeah.
We live in this world at 2 levels, mental and intellectual. Okay? Here, at this level, we can develop ourselves to any extent. You can become anybody, as you professors, as doctors and engineers and whatnot. You can achieve that mission of life at the level of mind and intellectual. But that spiritual aspect is beyond intellect. That is beyond mind. That's beyond intellect. There you are supposed to realize yourself. And if there is any doubt, you should go to that guide, to that man who is already realized. He will put you on the right track. Otherwise, one can't move self, only self. The guide is needed in every field of life. Teaching, practice, that all goes with our life. You can't do anything. You have to learn your driving, isn't so? You have to get some teacher for that. He will tell you how to drive. Everything is, we need guide in our life. But the proper guide to lead a happy, satisfied, smooth, cooperative, and healthy, whatnot, prosperous life is to go beyond the mind and intellect. There you are happy. There you feel satisfied. And there you come to know that who am I? Who am I? I am a bubble of consciousness. Nothing more than that. But then you realize that you are a bubble of consciousness, then for that bubble there is no birth and death. There is no birth and death. That is known as salvation. And we are all running for salvation from one religion to another religion, one place to another place. There is a race only for those who are not happy in their life. They want to feel some happiness, some peace of mind. The peace of mind is within. It is within, not outside. Everything is within you. Everything is within you. As everything is present in this universe, the entire universe is within you. But it is only the search and your demand and your desire and whatever you aspire for, you will get from within, not from outside. This is my experience. I may be wrong. I won't say that whatever I say that is the final. My life has told me that what I am, as per the guidance of my Sadguru Baba Fakirji Maharaj, and whose company I remained about 26 years, from the age of 18 years. I was a student of +2 and class 2 at that time. You know, I remained a teacher in the college, and I retired as a principal of the college, and now I'm devoted to this service to humanity. I'm not a saint. I'm not a guru. I'm just a servant of the humanity. I have come as a servant of the humanity so that everyone should realize this thing. Who am I? You are my brother, you are my sister, you are my brother, you are my sister. This is the feeling that I get in me. Okay? I don't have any devotees or the followers. Sardar Santokh Singh, he came in my contact. So he loves me and he has troubled you to come here and listen to me. I don't know whatever you have listened to me, if there is any question, you are welcome, please. I won't go ahead beyond that. There is a big field of spirituality, mental, physical, mental, spiritual, and then what not? What is God? And that is my topic, say, for the day. So anything one of you can speak to me, and I'm here to answer you as far as my knowledge is concerned. As far as my realization is concerned, I don't believe in worship of gods and goddesses. I don't believe. They're made by us. All the statues and all these statues, they're made by man, isn't it? And you and me are made by him. You are better than statue. Is it so? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
You and me are better than statue made by us. We are made by God. So we should love each other, not the statue.
Exactly.
Statue won't speak to you, but I speak to you. You may offer anything to that statue. That will not say anything. That will not give you blessings. They will say, oh, fine, be happy. Any statue won't serve. But a man will say, father will say, okay, boy, rise. Mother will say, oh, my blessings you. An old man will say, oh, live long, be happy and prosperous. Is it so? But no statue will say anything. That's why I don't worship any statue. I worship that which is a part of Supreme Being that is within me. I love myself and I love everybody because myself is in you. Myself is also in you. You, all. That is the same. A current of energy. If that current of energy goes, this body is nothing. It is put in the coffin and buried. Isn't it so? In India, that is burnt to ashes. That is burnt to ashes. And those ashes are thrown in the river. That's all. That's the end of our life. Before going to that end, we should realize that we are not to live here, we are to fly back to our home. I am to fly back to my home from where I have come. That self, that consciousness, not this body.
I will say something. So, like I was saying, so one of Maharaji's teaching is that when we come to our point of death, right, and if we have attachments, then that is something that makes the soul heavy. So when the soul flies, it is attracted by the gravity of the earth, and you still are there. So the more lighter you are, the more free you are, your soul will rise further.
So you don't stuck in the 3D matrix in samsara wheel as well. Yeah, I got it.
Yes, that's a question. Amit?
Any questions?
Madam, you ask something?
Does the spirit get rejuvenated?
That this
What happens to the spirit once it's there? Does it become
What happens to the spirit? How do you mean?
Basically, yeah. But wait, does the spirit come back to Earth or any other place, or does it become just part of the realm, realm of spirits? Because if you're saying we're all one person, we're all one part of the Earth and part. What actually happens with that spirit once it goes into that realm?
Into that realm, it becomes a part of the ocean.
Okay.
If depending upon what state you're in. ਇਹ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਦ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ
Okay. Now listen very carefully. One death is of our body. When that current returns back, that this body will become silent and cold. Its heat is gone. Okay, number one. The second death is of our mind. If you have got any desire in your mind, any attachment somewhere, your mind is not dead. You're catching me?
Mhm.
Your mind is alive. That is known as subtle body. This is physical body. Our mind creates a subtle body as you see the dream. You have the experience of dream? You must be seeing dreams. In dreams, your body is lying, but you are enjoying somewhere. You are eating, you are drinking, you are enjoying the scenes outside. Is it so? You feel in your dream that you are perfectly same person, but you are not the same. Body is not there. You understand me?
Yeah.
So after death, if that something attachment is there, remains, you have some desires that have not been achieved by you during your lifetime, and you still have the desire to achieve that thing, or you have some attachment with your property, you have attachment with your say body, some boy, or say girl, or say wife, or your building, or your other properties, your mind will give you birth again to complete that desire of yours. Man doesn't die. Okay? He will have to come again in this world. And he will have the birth at the same place to complete that desire. You understand me?
ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਬਜ਼ਰਵ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਇਹਦਾ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਰੀਬਰਥ ਹੋਇਆ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਵੇਂ
To be very frank, as and when I have had that experience, the topmost experience, there is no desire, there is no attachment, there is nothing exists. Even Guru is not there. Nothing is there except light and sound. Okay? I'm taking you to that place. Though that is the second. That's why saints have said, it's better you die before death. Die mean, this will not exist forever. This is perfect. There's no question on this thing. We have to die one day. And this is degenerating, you know. Body is degenerating. And mind never gets degenerated. It is always full of desires. Even at the last moment, it has desire. So with the practice as given by Satguru or the realized person, we reach that state where there is no mind, no thought, no vision within, no, nothing. You are silent, body silent, mind silent. That's known as sunnah, total silence, okay? If we leave my body in that state, where I will go? I will go to the region of light, prakash, the light. This is the third stage. First body, second mind, third stage is of light. When my soul reaches that light, which is light, I become light. So I will have I will have the realization of this world. What is this world is? Nothing. It is just like a dream. You understand me? But light has such a routine work of light is that it gives birth to everything in this world. If there is no light, no seed will germinate. You understand? It is only the light and earth, the water. Earth and water and earth and light, they give birth to every plant in this world. Without that, there is no life. Where there is no light, there is nothing. There is nothing. So this second, it is said by saints that those people who come from the light, those people who come from the region of light, they are known as incarnation of God. Incarnation of God. As in Hindu mythology, Rama is known as incarnation of Brahma. Brahma, what is Brahma? Brahma is light. Par-Brahm is that region where the light is without any limit. That is Par-Brahm. Our body is Sabal-Brahm. This body is made by this solid food. That's known as Sabal Brahm. Mind is made by Shuddh Brahm, where there's no mixture of anything. Mind is a child in the lap of mother doesn't know about his religion, doesn't know about his country, doesn't know about his father, doesn't know about any relation. Isn't so? He's pure mind. And it's said if you want to see God, see the child. He has no ill will against anybody. He has no ill feeling against anybody. He is happy. He will laugh at you. If he's little grown up, he will laugh at you. And that means when I say he's laugh at you, he say you are enchained by your feelings and desires. I'm not. I'm happy. And the lap on my mother. Isn't so? So that is the third. We go to that right region, then we are free from the life and death for some years. And it is known to that master of the light when he is to send me back. And then beyond that, the fourth stage is we merge in the sound. And God, it is said, there's the motion. There's motion. And that motion here, as I said, there's motion, there's here. Every person. Now my skull is now little solid, but skull of the child is not solid. You put a hand, there's palpitation. That palpitation creates a sound. That sound is known as Shabd. We are an outcome of Shabd and light. Shabd, that is word and the sound. Word and the light. Sound and the light. Okay? So we have to turn to that. I have had the realization of that stage. I've seen that. It is there. It is there. That's why I say we are all human beings first. And our Father is one. That is invisible energy known as God, known as Allah, known as Father. Whatever you name you give him, there is no difference. You remember him in any name you like, he will be happy. And that name is your name. That name is your name. Allah is in you, in miniature form. God is in you. Ram is in you. Krishna is in you. That you have to see. He's not away from us. I'm sorry, I can't read, it is in Hindi. It's not good for you to that I should speak on that. I have put it in simple words. What is death? Death is of four forms. And the fifth is our salvation. Earlier, it's not salvation. To get that salvation, the saints came like Lord Buddha, Lord Nanak, then Kabir, then Maharshi Shibrat there's a long list of saints, those who have attained that stage. And they gave us message in writing, in their writing, that He is within us, not beyond that. Okay? So that you find to whom you are to worship, to whom you are to find your own self. There is no need to spend any time in search of God.
Yeah.
You will not find Him anywhere. You will find it in yourself. Your realization that what am I? I am the part and parcel of that Supreme Being. Body is made of 5 elements. Mind is nothing. Whatever he looks, whatever he foresees, and whatever he eats, whatever he listens, he becomes powerful. Okay? You see a beautiful lady, you will enjoy that scene. Ah, what a beautiful! Is it so? Mind is very dirty, you know. The same eye looks at his mother. Same eye looks at his sister. Same eye looks his wife. The inner self is different. When he looks at a different lady, then his mind is something different. Is it so? So it is not to be believed. It is very fluctuating mind. Put him in one place, well place. Every lady is my sister or is my mother. Okay, then my mind will be stable.
One important thing Maharaji says is that your mind is formed by the type of food you eat, right? There's a deep connection between that. So if you eat good food, your mind will be stable. So when he meditates and he has good food, it is easier for him to meditate. But also what's important is how that food is earned. If you've earned it by deceiving someone or by killing someone or whatever, then that food is almost like toxic to you. But if you've earned it by your 2 hands and by honest living, then that food is going to be, good for you, good for your mind.
And the last point I would like to share with you, since I was a college teacher, professor, I used to study books. No, I had to study. So my guru, my Sadguru Baba Fakirji Maharaj, advised me not to read any book. What should I do? You, my dear son, you study the book of your mind. You study the book of your mind. The day I started to study the book of my mind, I every day read it and then I torn it away. I finish it away. I don't carry it into my mind. So that there may not be big book at the time of my death. What is mind? Desires, aspirations, okay, attachments, desires, aspirations, attachments, nothing more than that. So I try to put a big lock on those desires and I become silent. And silence is gold. In silence is everything. And silence is the end of life. Everything becomes silent. Body becomes silent. Mind becomes silent. Soul becomes silent. And that spirit known as consciousness, that also becomes stable from where it has come, and you attain salvation. This is the last word that my Sadguru shared with me and advised me. And since that day, I realized, who am I? Entire troubles created by mind, they are vanished. There's no mine and thine in my body.
But there is a time for everything. When you are at that stage where you are studying and you're becoming and you're achieving, then you entertain good thoughts, then you don't think of this. But but there's a stage of life where you're married, and then the stage of life where your children have grown up, and now you're approaching that, you're watching other people die. Then that's where you start the work. You start your work little by in other stages as well, but especially when you come to that realization that other people are dying, and I will also die. So that thought comes in, doesn't it? So then you have to look at the mind, and with this knowledge, that helps, that way what you have to do. But if you start searching at that stage, it'll take a long time.
Yes, you are correct. Whatever duty is given to you by God, do it as a service to God. Whatever duty you are performing allotted to you, you must do it very sincerely as service to God. Work is worship. Is it so? Work is worship. Take it as a worship in the name of God, and you will have no problem in your mind. Those people who try to, take it very easily, it's a job, nothing. It's a government job, no problem. It is all that, no problem. Take it as a work allotted you by God. To me, whatever He gave, the duty, I have performed it to the fullest satisfaction of my own self and to the satisfaction of the Master. And that's why I am happy.
ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਈਰਸ਼ਾ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਾਂ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਜਾਂ ਜੈਲਸੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੀਂਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦਾ ਕੀ ਅਸਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ? ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਈਰਸ਼ਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ?
No jealousy, no envy. No jealousy with any person, no envy with any person, no ill will against any person. Why should I have ill will against any person? Why should I have jealousy if some person rises above me? It is his effort to rise, and I don't rise because I'm a lazy man and I simply cherish jealousy against a person. He who cherishes jealousy in his mind, he never achieves anything. Love each everybody. Enjoy uprising of the others. You will also uprise. You see? If you think that he is this, no ill will, no jealousy, no envy.
Lot of physical ailments come to the body when you harbor desires of bitterness or unfulfilled desires or jealousy. It affects each and every cell, and that can cause a lot of grief for you.
Physical problems.
Nature is very, very, merciful. That gives chance to everybody to rise in life. Nature means God. God pervades everywhere. Isn't so? He is not stationed in one place. His energy is here, present, everywhere. And part of that is in you, me, everywhere He is. So you have to see yourself. What others do, don't think so. You will be confined to your own self, to your own duty, to your own family, to your own work that you have been given by nature. Those who are involved in others people's, they don't reach anywhere. Try to understand yourself and try to control your eyes, try to control your ears, and try to control your tongue. On eating too, eating should be limited. Listening should also be very limited, and viewing everything should be also limited. See what you need, only that, not beyond that. I never go to bazaars. Because in bazaars you see the different people, and that will definitely have the effect on your mind. Mr. Amit was telling me, I will take you somewhere to see the view. I don't believe. I'm happy in your room. I don't believe in seeing anything. I see the birds on the tree and I feel happy. I listen their chirping, that is happiness. They give me happiness. The flying, they give me happiness. Isn't it? I get happiness and pleasure out of the nature, not from others. No, not from. I love nature. And we all are created by nature. I love every person. This is my approach of life, and this is what I will I have earned from my Sadhguru Baba Fakirji Maharaj, who gave me all this entire essence of life, the entire truth of life. There's one God, that is fact. And whatever we do, we get return of that karma. Whatever we do, we have to reap that result of that. Okay? The work should be always in favor of others, not for selfish motives. Karma pradhana, this deed is the supermost, most powerful thing. Deed, whatever we do. We have to reap the fruit of that deed. This is perfect. And this world is just a dream. We are just travelers in this world. We have come with a mission. We should do that and move back without any attachment. Okay? Anything else would you like to share with me? I will be happy to. Santok Singh ji is here. Amit,
ਹਾਂਜੀ
inko.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ any
You
question
have some personal question? Anyone?
I can stop this and we can ask if you want मैं बंद करन लगा
Now you bring something to